Hello and welcome back to Frank's School for today. Now this is the 72nd day, but I'm going to make a seeming jump because I was just talking about poetry and poetic devices and the number 3 and music and verse, but now I want to go back to a sort of science, to engineering, computer engineering, homestead engineering, and to get a direct transition from what I'm about to say and show to here, you'd need to go back to this video, 3.69.1, where I'm showing various diagrams I made freehand about homestead engineering. But I decided that maybe I should, it's scary, but go into this monster book. This isn't really a book, it's a collection of correspondence. And I got out Gary Fitz's letter, of November 1974. At that point, he was living in Dartmouth, New Hampshire. He went to college there, and he developed a program which worked. He had to use it at that time, all the way back there. You had to use a mainframe computer in a university to be able to do this. And so what I'm going to do is just flip through the pages quickly over there at the desk and show you and go from my seeming relations, which I showed you here, what seemed to me to be logical relations among spaces on a homestead, to a computer solution of that problem. And that would be based on constant data. Some data is constant. I mean, well, the weather isn't usually changed. A cow does need to have a certain amount of water. A cow does have to eat hay or pasture. It's based on constant data and client data, which as homestead engineers we would get from clients. Like if the client was going to be design his homestead strictly for vegetarians, well then there'd probably be no purpose to livestock. So I'm going to go in a second shot. I'm going to go over there and just flip through these pages. It's a photocopied version because I think it might be a little easier to see. So come with me over there. Well, I'm going to hope that you can read some of this. It would be lovely if you could just read it all by pausing, but I'm not so sure the focus is going to be good enough. This is a rather long letter he wrote to me saying that he had tried to do this, and he set up a table of what he called SATs. That was his unit, satisfactory. What was satisfactory? And I thought it was 0, maybe 10 to 100, I don't know. And there was a distance, a desirability. It would probably be good if I would maybe retype this or read it aloud. But anyway, that was his unit. See, he's a mathematician. He was a budding mathematician then. I don't understand this. Derivatives, gradients, force functions. But all right, so there's the end of his letter. He called it the tennis ball program. This may be coming from another letter, I don't know. He used BASIC, I think. Here's the relation between the house and the barn, the house and the garden, the house and the shit pile, the house and the well. He set these up. I'm thinking a mathematician would understand this. I don't really. Barn, well, garden to the well. And then he started each one of these in different positions. Look at this. This is how long it took to do it and how much it cost. Here's about the 12 hours or so that I spent at the computer would have cost. $8.91. Okay, this would be nice if you could read this. There's the program. Now, I can't read this. Maybe I could if I studied a little bit, but there's this program itself. There are the functions, I guess. The radii, the distances, coordinates. I'm no mathematician. Okay, now this is a bad copy, but what I took it from was also bad. What he did was he put them in starting points, ran the program, and then they moved. They moved until they finally stopped. And if I'm not mistaken, let's see, final configuration after about 12 seconds. So after about 12 seconds of running, sorry, I'm going to have to say the word, but barn, shit pile, garden, well, and the house. That seemed to be the best relationship. It would be really lovely if you could read this for anybody who has enough interest, although if somebody has enough interest, they can contact me and I'll send them a copy. And at this point, he was living in Berkeley, California, where he is to this point. All right, now I'm ready now, I think, to go to Wedge's Paradigm, which came out later. So bye for now.